Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and I'm excited to bring you another episode. This is one of over 80 episodes released monthly for your enjoyment. You can find more Western shows at our website by going to OTRwesterns.com. Now, let's get into this episode.
Fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver. Let's go, big fella. I'll Silver. Aye!
The squadron of cavalry, under the command of Captain Dalton, camped beside a stream within sight of the mountains. After most of the men had rolled in their blankets and were sound asleep, Chris Banner, the civilian scout, saddled his horse and rode to the top of a wooded ridge where the Lone Ranger and Tonto were waiting for him.
Oh, there. Steady.
Hello, Chris.
Why, it's good to see you, sir.
Sit down, please.
Why, you seem to be worried.
You don't have many men with you, Chris.
Only 50.
You said you'd be leaving the fort with 2 squadrons.
We did, but we split up at the forks of the Negaunee. One squadron under Captain Winthrop headed for Hawkeye Pass to the northwest. The one that's camped by the creek is under the command of Captain Dalton. We're heading for Copper Canyon.
Dalton, that would be Ned Dalton. He's young, isn't he?
Very.
I hope he can be persuaded that he doesn't have enough men to attack Crazy Dog.
Well, the plan is that if either squadron makes contact with the Apaches, a courier is to be sent to the other squadron. They'll join forces before attacking.
Well, that sounds better. Courier with a good horse should be able to reach Hawkeye Pass before morning. Captain Winthrop and his men should be able to get here by tomorrow afternoon.
But we haven't made contact with the Apaches yet.
Tonto and I found their stronghold.
In Copper Canyon?
Yes, Chris.
Well, I must get back to camp and tell the captain.
Not so fast. We have more to tell you. Crazy Dog's braves aren't very well armed, but he has nearly 200 of them. It would be inviting a massacre if Captain Dalton should ride past Needle Point in the canyon with only 50 men.
No, he'll not do that. He'll wait for Captain Winthrop. That's their plan.
Very well. We'll be camped here until dawn in case you need any more help from us.
Right. I may see you later.
On his return to camp, Chris hurried to the captain's tent where a light was still showing. He scratched on the canvas.
Who's there?
Banner.
Oh, come in.
Captain, I have definite information that Crazy Dog's stronghold is in Copper Canyon.
What? Why, you couldn't possibly have ridden to the canyon and back since we made camp?
Well, I didn't say I had. But the information is accurate.
Where did you get it?
From a friend of mine.
Who?
Well, he's a scout. He knows more about this country than any of us.
What's his name?
I don't know his name. See, he wears a mask.
An outlaw?
No, Captain. Did you ever hear of the Lone Ranger?
Never.
And it'll be hard to make you understand how important he's been in the development of the West.
I'm sure it will. I'd never put any trust in a man who found it necessary to hide his face.
He has a good reason for that.
A reason that may seem good to him, perhaps.
At any rate, he and his Indian friend Tonto have actually
This becomes more and more interesting. A masked man who's friendly with an Indian. That makes him a renegade, doesn't it?
Not at all, Captain. Tonto isn't an Apache. May I finish with my report?
Go on.
The Lone Ranger and Tonto have actually seen Crazy Dog's encampment. It's beyond Needle Point in Copper Canyon. He has nearly 200 braves with him. I suggest that you send a messenger to Captain Winthrop at once and ask him to join you here.
I'll make a note of your suggestion.
What? Wouldn't it be more to the point to act on it?
That's my decision, isn't it?
But, Captain...
You were present when Captain Winthrop and I made our plans. We were to ask for reinforcements after one of us had contacted the enemy. That hasn't happened yet.
But you have the word...
The word of a renegade.
You have my word. The man is not a renegade. If he says Crazy Dog's stronghold is in Copper Canyon, that's where it is.
When I'm convinced of that, I'll send for reinforcements. And not before.
Captain, you'll see no sign of Indians until you're past Needle Point. After that, it'll be too late to retreat. And with only 50 men, you'll be wiped out.
I doubt that Crazy Dog has as many as 200 braves. And even if he has, 50 troopers should be more than a match for them.
With surprise on the side of the Apaches? In the sort of terrain you'll find inside the canyon?
I have complete confidence in my men.
So have I. As long as they're not faced with the impossible.
That will be all, Banner.
But... must be true what they say about you.
What do you mean?
There's nothing wrong with being young and eager to make a name for yourself, Captain. But when you carry glory hunting to the extent of endangering the lives of your...
Get out of here, Banner! You're fired.
Good enough. That gives me all the opportunity I need to finish speaking my mind. Both you and Captain Winthrop want to marry the Colonel's daughter. Because Winthrop's your senior, you feel you'll have to make a better showing than he does in the field. You've decided this is your chance.
It's my duty to carry out orders. To find Crazy Dog and wipe out his renegade band.
Wait, Ned. As a friend...
Get out of here, Banner! Get out of here, or I'll call the guard.
All right, Captain. You win. And that means you'll lose.
At the camp beyond the ridge, Chris repeated every word of his conversation with the captain to the Lone Ranger and Tonto. When he finished...
Don't you believe there's some chance of the captain changing his mind?
No, sir.
Well, what do you intend to do?
Do? What can I do?
You've lost your job. You're a free agent now. Is there anything to prevent your riding to Hawkeye Pass tonight?
To Winthrop?
Will he listen to you?
Yeah, of course he will. We've worked together before. And he's been out here long enough to have heard of you.
Well, then.
But if Dalton marches at dawn, as I'm sure he intends to, Winthrop will never reach the canyon in time.
We may find some way to prevent Dalton's squadron from getting past Needle Point in the canyon.
Oh, how?
The canyon's only about 30 feet wide there. The trail might be blocked.
How?
Tonto, when we stopped at Trainer's cabin a few weeks ago, I noticed a large supply of powder.
Him use it to blast out tunnel in mine.
We should be able to borrow some.
Blasting powder. How do you mean to use it?
Needle Point gets its name from Needle Rock at the top of the canyon. It must weigh 100 tons. If it were blasted loose, it would start a landslide.
And the landslide would block the trail below.
It should.
But it would only stop the troops temporarily. They could clear away the rubble, or dismount and lead their horses over it.
We'll arrange it so Captain Dalton sees the landslide. He'll think the Indians are responsible, and he should proceed with caution from then on.
At the moment, he doesn't seem to know the meaning of the word. But any delay will be of a help.
Except a delay in your starting for Winthrop.
Well, I'm on my way. Steady. Until tomorrow.
Adios.
Adios. Get up there.
Shortly before dawn, Captain Dalton conferred with his two lieutenants.
Your troops will be ready to ride at first light. We'll proceed as planned due west to the opening of Copper Canyon, and we'll take our noon break there. There's a spring according to this map. We may run into Indians after we enter the canyon.
Wouldn't it be wise, then, to send a small scouting party on ahead?
Oh, I intend to do that. But we'll not wait until they return. We'll follow them slowly. Any questions?
Only one, sir. I haven't seen anything of Chris Banner this morning.
He's no longer with us.
What?
He questioned my orders last night, and I was forced to dispense with his services. Is that all?
Yes, Captain.
Very well, then. We move at dawn.
Camp was broken. The troopers saddled their horses. The sun rose, and miles to the west, the opening of Copper Canyon gleamed fiery red. The captain took his place at the head of the column.
Prepare to mount! Mount! Forward! Ho!
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger adventure. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue. By dawn, the Lone Ranger and Tonto had placed charges of blasting powder under Needle Rock. Then they rode back along the rim of the canyon to a point where they could see across the plain to the east for miles.
Easy, fella.
Easy, Scout.
A cloud of dust in the distance told them the soldiers were heading in their direction.
They'll reach here about noon.
And make camp near spring.
Tonto, look down below.
Apache scout.
Yes, keep back so he doesn't see us. He doesn't have to be told what that cloud of dust out on the plains means.
Now him ride back to Crazy Dog. Soon Chief know soldiers on way here.
I'm wondering if I shouldn't ride out to meet Captain Dalton.
But him think you outlaw.
I may be able to persuade him I'm not. I may be able to persuade him he's riding into a trap. At any rate, I think I should try.
Maybe him take you prisoner.
At least I'll have done my best to stop a massacre. You wait at Needle Rock. I am taken prisoner if the captain refuses to listen to me set off the blast.
Ah.
I hope I'll see you later. Easy, steady, big fella. One silver!
Sergeant Tex McCready, the veteran of a number of campaigns, rode up to the captain at the head of the column.
Easy now, easy. May I speak to you, Captain?
Why, of course, Sergeant.
Did you ever hear of Major Bennett and his fight at Wilton Station?
Oh, I've read about it. With the help of 2 civilians, he held off a band of Indians for 12 hours.
It was never mentioned in the dispatches who the 2 civilians were. I happen to know. I was with the troops that rode to the Major's relief.
Well?
One of the civilians was an Indian. His name was Tonto.
What?
The other civilian was a masked man called the Lone Ranger.
Is that so? Why have you told me this?
I overheard you talking with Chris last night, sir. It was a hard thing to listen to the Lone Ranger being called a renegade and not do something about it. He's a good man, sir. He's a great man.
Very well, Sergeant.
Whoa. Captain, up ahead, top of the next rise. Someone riding toward us. I've never seen a more beautiful horse. But the man is wearing a mask.
Easy with your gun, Lieutenant.
Up!
Hold on, boy. Easy. Is that the Lone Ranger, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Silver. Oh, easy, steady, big fella. Captain Dalton?
At your service, sir.
Last night I gave Chris Banner some information which he relayed to you. I'd like to persuade you that the information is accurate.
My mind has already been made up.
To attack, Captain?
To attack at the right time, sir.
Good.
I mean to send a courier to Captain Winthrop at once. Our horses need water. We must continue to the opening of the pass, but we'll wait there until the other squadron joins us.
That's fine, but there's no need of a courier. Chris Banner rode to Hawkeye Pass last night. Captain Winthrop's men should be on their way here now.
You bring good news, sir. Much better news than I deserve after the way I acted last night. I should have listened to Chris and believed him when he vouched for you. I allowed personal motives to color my judgment. Since then, I've had time to reconsider, and I'm glad you've given me this chance to apologize in person.
There's no need, sir.
You're very generous. We'll consider it a great honor if you ride with us.
Of course, Captain.
Troop! Forward! Ho!
On Silver! Oh, Silver. Oh, easy, steady, big fella.
At 3 o'clock that afternoon, the Lone Ranger returned to Needle Rock on the rim of the canyon, where Tonto was still waiting for him.
There's no need to stay here any longer, Tonto.
Masabi, you hear drums?
Yes?
Me listen to 'em all day. Crazy Dog send out many message. Him say all men who follow him come to Stronghold. Their big fight with soldier tonight.
Not tonight, Tonto. Captain Dalton's waiting at the entrance of the canyon for reinforcements.
But there where Crazy Dog attack 'em.
What?
Crazy Dog knows soldier camp by spring. That's what drums say, and that's where Apache tack.
When?
When sun shine in eyes of soldiers.
Sunset.
Ah.
They must be warned. But, Tonto, there's no way Crazy Dog could know there are reinforcements on the way.
No, him not know that. Message say, not many soldier, many Apache.
Then Captain Winthrop's squadron must be kept out of sight, held back in reserve.
Not good idea.
If the soldiers get the best of the first encounter, the Apaches will retreat to their stronghold.
Not right.
We have the means to stop them, Tonto. This blasting powder. We'll cut off their retreat with a landslide.
Half an hour later, the Lone Ranger was in Captain Dalton's tent, making plans to meet the impending attack.
Yes, I agree. Captain Winthrop's men should be held in reserve. I'll send a dispatch to him at once.
Let me take it, Captain. I know of a box canyon less than half a mile from here, where they'll be well hidden.
North?
Yes.
Good. When we're attacked, we'll make a running fight of it toward the north. That will give Winthrop a chance to attack the Apaches on their flank.
It should work out.
Then if we can drive them back into the canyon.
They'll find the trail to their stronghold blocked. I promise you that.
Captain Dalton's men were alerted for action and waited nervously through the rest of the afternoon. At last, as the sun dropped low in the western sky, the attack came. A horde of painted savages streamed out of Copper Canyon and raced toward the troopers' camp. The soldiers were ready and leaped to their saddles. They fired as they rode to the north, and the Apaches lashed their ponies in a desperate effort to cut them off. Captain Dalton led his men past the canyon where the second squadron was waiting. Captain Winthrop held his men until the Indians were abreast of the canyon, and then gave the order to charge. The Apaches swerved from their pursuit of Captain Dalton's men, and the whole complexion of the battle was changed. From retreating, Dalton turned to the charge. The Indians were attacked on two sides, and rather than face a fight against such nearly equal odds, Crazy Dog chose to head back for Copper Canyon. They reached the opening, entered the canyon, and raced on toward their stronghold. Needle Point loomed ahead, but suddenly the ground was rocked by an explosion. Needle Rock seemed to rise straight in the air, and then it fell, gouging out tons of red clay as it hurtled toward the bottom of the canyon. The air was filled with red dust, and as it settled, the Apaches were faced with a barrier of rocks and clay at least 20 feet high. A few of them scrambled from their saddles and started to climb the barrier. Crazy Dog shot them in the back and rallied his renegades to meet the soldiers who were thundering toward them. It was a desperate battle in the waning light, and it was not until Crazy Dog's evil life was ended by a bullet through the heart that the issue was settled. It was not until then that the Apaches, who were still alive, shouted their surrender. Hours later, when the dead had been buried and the wounded cared for, Captain Winthrop knelt beside Ned Dalton, who was lying on a blanket, his legs swathed in bandages.
We'll need an ambulance to get you home, Ned. I've already sent for it.
Oh, we'll need more than one ambulance.
I know. I've sent for everything we have in the way of a vehicle.
At least there'll be no more massacres of women and children.
No. You'll be decorated for what you did today.
Why should I more than anyone else?
It's you who planned our strategy.
You're wrong there.
I followed your orders to the letter.
The man who brought you the orders was the one who planned everything. I'm off the glory road, Win.
What?
Trying to impress Louisa, for instance.
You managed to do that a long time ago. You're the winner there.
Trying to impress everyone. It's all over. From now on, I'll just try to be a good soldier.
The world will call you a hero.
No. Not after it reads my report of today's action. The world will soon find out how easy it is to be a hero if one has the help of the Lone Ranger.
This is a feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated, created by George W. Trendle, produced by Trendle Campbell Muir Incorporated, and directed by Charles D. Livingston. Tonight's drama was written by Fran Striker. The part of the Lone Ranger is played by Brace Beemer.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate this episode within your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to OTRWesterns.com/Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to OTRWesterns.com/YouTube. Become one of our ranch hands and unlock some exclusive content. We want to thank our most recent ranch hands, Steve, who joined us recently. You too can join by going to OTRWesterns.com/donate. Send us an email, podcast@OTRWesterns.com, and you can call and leave us a voicemail, 707-986-8739. This episode is copyrighted under the attribution non-commercial share-alike copyright. For more information, go to OTRWesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.